and through through the telepathic communication I have with them, because that's mainly how I get to know them. It's telepathy, right? They're only my thoughts, and I can't see all their thoughts, but they invade mine. You know what I mean? And I can, it's telepathic. I can see what something you're thinking and saying, and blah blah blah. Right? Now, in some moments, they get really, wanting to get at me when I see them. They'll notice that they're the dead, the ones who died. When I said that AI species, that Shayateen, all the dead people, like not all of them, but a lot of the dead, and they seem to poach us from ourselves so they can wear us. They want a face, they take our face so they can have a face. Dimensionally, they take us from ourselves. They want this, they want that. They somehow find, their researchers found out how to basically take us apart. They want our intelligence, they want our this, they want our feelings, they want whatever we want, because it seems like they lost theirs and they don't have it. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, really, in my research. Like I'm on my baby steps of a lot of research, like the Anunnakis and all that, which is I'm of their worship. My Lord, Anunnakis, something to do with Anunnakis, And my baby steps learning that, and also, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. My baby steps to that. But these other ones, like the Shayateens, it seems, I don't know whether it was creation, like I told you, some dimensional creation. There was one moment like he didn't get touchy when I noticed that they were the dead, people who lost their bodies, dimensionally, the astral plane and whatever, other parallel dimensions. There's a lot of parallel dimensions. Just to let you know, like there's more than one galaxy. Believe me, for some reason, I have a lot of paranormal experiences. Believe me, some of them are like third dimensional, just like us, intangible, invisible. You know what I mean? It's not just astral plane where you leave your body. You know what I mean? But the thing is, they might be the dead. You know what I mean? And they're just ghouling the living. Ghouls do the dead people. The ghouls, feed off the dead. You know what I mean? Just recycle the dead people. Those motherfuckers are going to wait till you die. And they seem to go after the most beautiful and best races because, and atrocity, conquer you. Atrocity just take you from yourself. One of the biggest things is the Spanish. The Spanish in the old days was all that. You know what I mean? And they love to, they'll shapeshift. Some of them, I don't know how they do it. Whatever it is, somehow, they'll be waiting to wearing a white guy. Like, what do you mean? I'm dumber than you. You're smart. I'm dumb. I'm retarded. They'll put on all the faces that they, all the images and everything they took from you, all your intelligence and all that. It's retarded. You know what I mean? It seems that it's kind of like poaching, but they just take it from yourself. Like poaching, but a different type. You know what I mean? It's weird. Whether they're the dead or, people who lost their bodies. Or they're, it went from a poor person that didn't have much, they didn't have nothing, they lost their body, to like the ghetto. It just turned to nothing but mad crime and then started invading and ruining all the good neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Like, somebody who needed something to eventually just mass crime. It went too far. You know what I mean? Some of them are retarded, like I said, I don't know how the hell they want like that AI shit. Like constant never go to sleep type thing. It's retarded. I don't mind them being that way. I don't mind I like the good ones. The good ones, I like them. But the good ones seem to be scarce in my life, the good ones. You know what I mean? Because it's the bad ones that are having more activity with me. They're more constant with me. They don't leave me alone. So I tend to look at them like they're bad. But the bad ones don't leave me alone. I used to call them drone farts. I started calling them drone farts. You know what I mean? It's something to do with AI. But I'd rather call them AI farts. When it comes to bad, I give them disrespectful name. The garbage names. Like bad people, like bad blacks are dookie, and the good ones are chocolate, and the bad whites are raw chick skins, and the good ones are vanilla, etc. The bad multiracials are all different colors. I call the bad ones vomit, and the good ones starburst. I got all my slang names. I don't respect evil. I like to kill evil. I hate it. Exterminate it. Be able to dance. Why don't you get the earth back so the earth will not have to be evil again? When you leave it into the cops' hand, crimes are going to happen anyway. So why don't it happen like death? Death is always going to happen. Just use your noggin. Be intelligent. My prostration work. Use your noggin. I'm back into praying again. Trying to come back. But use your noggin. Like death will always happen. Accidents, natural causes, and all the crime and all that. It's always going to happen anyway. So why don't you put that system accurized? You're doing the same thing with what you call crime. It's always gonna happen, dude. So why don't you accurate it for the justice? You know what I mean? For the good guys. Get rid of evil. They're always gonna. Why you gonna let always evil do that? What they call crime, all the murders and all this, that, and the other. Why? Just don't stoop to the level of sex crimes and stuff. Don't stoop to the level of the simple stuff. But like, why don't you accurate that the crime system and the death system? Why are you gonna always leave that in evil's hands so it dominates it? And it winds up the boss. Takes everything over. Like the ancient times is doing it now, under the scenes, behind the scenes, etc. They're just hiding from the cops. They're still doing it. You know what I mean? Like pedos on their nose. All the murders and everything. You know what I mean? So I mean, why you gonna leave that in their hands? That's how they're taking over. That's how they become powerful. So I mean, like the murder's always gonna happen. So why don't you make it? I mean, death. Like the death is always gonna happen. What like the death is going to happen. So might as well recycle it towards the evil. Coordinate towards the evil, aiming at the evil, and make sure that's gone, so the planet will be nice again. The galaxies got to start being smart when it comes to death systems. They got to, put aim that towards the ones that are ruining life. Same thing with the murder, the crime, and the murder. Same thing, dude. Because when you wait for the cops, look what happened to Philly and all them places. They're waiting on the cops. The cops ain't doing nothing. A lot of them paid off, and everything's under their nose. They can't get these dudes. The cop system is basically a sucker, and part of it is to sell out, like the government. Paid off and all that. And the rest of them are gullible suckers. Obviously, if they weren't, the crime wouldn't be off the hook in Philly and all these places. Alright, they suckers. So why you gonna be a beggar, a bum, in other words, to people who can't even do their job right? They're incompetent in their job. Look at their city. That shows their job is incompetent. Incompetent, dude. How you gonna be a bum for an incompetent service? How you gonna be a beggar towards incompetence? You gonna beg incompetence? Seriously? They can't even do the job right, so how you gonna beg them? So why let all that evidencelessness that the criminals are doing, be only for evil? The good guys gotta do it. Stop being beggars, stop being bums towards incompetence. Stop being bum for incompetence. Wait for the incompetence to give you handouts. You're being a beggar. Oh, please protect me, officer. Stop all the drugs from being to ruin our place. Stop this, stop that. Yeah, you're being a beggar for an incompetent system. They're incompetent. You get it? So you might as well do what the criminals do, just, ethically, the righteous version, evidenceless extermination, because they're destroying civilization, so evidencelessly destroy them until they're gone. You know what I mean? They're evidencelessly, a lot of them, that's how they do it. Sneaky. So you got, like Yeshua said, be as cunning as the evil, like a thief in the night. Nobody knows. Like he said in the scriptures, in the Gospels. As cunning as the evil, like a thief in the night, like Yeshua said. Duh. You know what I'm saying? And that's what them Jews didn't get about him. That's why they didn't like him. He wasn't open. He was out in the open like the other guy that they released on the cross. You know what I mean? He wasn't out in the open. He was trying to tell them, shh. That's how you do it. How strong he is, they got to empower. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it like that, like a thief in the night. You know what I mean? They didn't understand. You know what I mean? But anyway, the bottom line is what I'm telling y'all. Stop letting those powers be in the hands of evil. Relying on an incompetent service, like dum-dums begging for food stamps when you could have got it yourself. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, all the things that destroy life. You heard? Evidence is neighborhood watch. And you got to make a global click where you'll always be there for each other. You know how the gangs take over and they're international all over the world? Well, the good guy clicks, you got to do it too. Do this, be as cunning as evil, do the same, but just don't stoop to the corrupted levels. We don't be sex crimes, even when it comes to the evil ones, because then you're going to be addicted to doing what they do, like a pedo and like a rape. Don't rape them back for raping everybody, no. And don't pedo them back for pedoing yours. Don't do that. Don't stoop to their level when you want strong like them. Just don't do the evil things they do. But recycle everything they got. When you confiscate them, when you eliminate them, confiscate everything they got. Learn war strategies, the art of war. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got to do it like the greats. Even if it's one by one here and there, they want to miss it. Then you have all the alibis set up, and nobody knows. You set up a bunch of alibis everywhere. Not just words, all this evidence that make it seem like that. But nobody gonna know. You know what I'm saying? When evil gone, it gone. You know what I'm saying? How a lot of erase evil from the universe, dude. From the universe. Be smart. You know what I'm saying? Be independent, competent. About mandatoriness, yes. Clean life into paradise. Make it paradise. Cleanse.